Hello, how are you? My name is Daniel Bird, co-founder and CEO at Agave, the excess materials business-to-business matching and tracking platform. We eliminate waste by matching excess resources from a company to another one. Every year, just in the UK, for example, 12 million tons of valuable excess materials are lost in the manufacturing industry and are wasted that could still be repurposed, reused, or recycled. For example, in the food industry, 2.1 million tons of valuable food is wasted. With this quantity, we could be feeding a third of London. Nevertheless, this still ends up in a landfill. Why? If this is a valuable product or material, then why is it still being wasted? Well, the problem is that there is a lack of connection between this excess material and the potential users for those. That's why we created Agave Networks, the business-to-business matching and tracking platform for these excess materials in the manufacturing industry. First, our users create an excess material resource digital passport. Think of it as a digital twin with information regarding the excess material, including the transfer name, date, location of produce, raw material, production processes, and machinery. With this information, our algorithm finds potential uses for those resources that could be found in another food and beverages manufacturer, retailer, charity, animal feed producer, or any other businesses that could repurpose that excess material. Taking into account the impact generated, of course, from the waste hierarchy analysis, costs and revenue, taking into account distances and logistics, and costs and revenue, and of course, regulatory framework of our users. Then when a match is successful and the resource is sent and reused by the buyer, for example, a beer byproduct is turned into bread, this transformation is recorded on the digital passport, ensuring a traceable circular economy. Our users benefit by repurposing this material previously considered waste, saving costs, get full transparency on the repurposing and procuring resources, and most importantly, take a step in the net zero waste and emission targets. The market potential is huge, with a global market of $350 billion of valuable excess food in the industry that could still be repurposed. And just in the UK, with more than 57,000 SME fast-moving consumer goods manufacturers, we have a serviceable, obtainable market of 1.1 billion pounds. Our business model relies on a 5 to 20% commission per transaction with our successful matchings, and a monthly subscription that goes from 300 to almost 1,000 pounds. That includes our matching and aggregation services. And yes, there are a couple of eBay for excess materials with few or little matchings, and all other firms finding food repurposing opportunities on a case-to-case basis. Nevertheless, we differentiate with our easy-to-use platform that matches, aggregates, and tracks excess food resources to higher value purposes. We're running our initial pilot with 4 farming cooperatives that account for more than 2,500 food manufacturers. And we are supplying those excess fruits and vegetables to a couple of startups that are turning those materials into innovative products like yeast, protein compounds, cellulose, and textile dye and polymers. Our MVP is live, where businesses are registering to supply and procure excess food resources. And our initial case study will give us the platform to jump into larger and bigger users from different industries, like, for example, here and the International Food and Drink events this past month. And lastly, we're partnering up with diverse business-to-business software, net zero firms, circularity organizations, and waste management companies to support their network of more than 5,000 manufacturers achieve net zero waste targets. This is us, the team, Emmanuel, the hacker, a senior software and machine learning developer with several publications in the field, and myself, Daniel, the hustler, a serial entrepreneur with business-to-business experience in health tech, fintech, and e-commerce. We're grateful to have the support from the industry leaders and subject matter experts, including our advisors, C-level executives, and Imperial Brands and Unilever, supporting us on the logistics and network outreach. Together, we are Agave Networks on our mission to revolutionize how the industry shares its resources. The question is, do you share our vision? Thank you very much. Now I'm just gonna explain a little bit better how our platform works. So first of all, here we have the initial dashboard where you can see the financial assessment of your waste and your excess materials and how much profit and fees you have generated from those reallocations. You can see the marketplace. On this example, we're just talking about excess food. So we're just gonna see the marketplace of all the materials that we have. And of course, your net zero waste targets, how much waste you're gonna generate this year, taking into account how much waste you generated last year. And whenever you wanna create your profile, you need to take into account which produce you're generating and which raw materials you're utilizing. And with that, you can see all your excess materials, digital passports. You can see where those materials are generated, who is using it today. That means who is the reallocator or the upscaling organization that is using that excess materials to create another product, another produce. For example, you can see the pages of all your excess materials, where they are, and how much money you have invested, how much money you have generated from those materials, and where they are at the moment. And whenever you want to create another material, you can do it by adding a new material. You can create it manually or upload it through the ERP. Remember that we are connecting our platform to the APIs of our users, which are manufacturers. You create this digital passport by putting all the information regarding ingredients, composition, products involved, location, storage, other information like best by and use by if you're talking about food, and more information regarding how is it contained and the reason why this is an excess material. After generating this excess material, then we generate the matching, which could be a redistribution company, a biomaterial processing, food manufacturer, animal fed, anaerobic digestion, composting, or even biofuel opportunities. After generating the matching, you can contact and connect with the buyer of the acquirer of this material. After generating the matching, you create the negotiation between that company, and then you get the data of how much CO2 emissions you're saving, how much energy you're saving, and how much money you're saving from those transactions. And then when the company receives or acquires this material, then the company again can record all the transformations happening to that excess material into the platform. So now you have the full traceability of that excess material. You can put all the information in there, and then the digital passport contains that information again. So this is a very brief demo of how the platform works, but we're very excited to show you in more depth how this circular economy platform works. So thank you very much. We're very excited to get into a platform. It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you.